Hi, I'm Whitney Miller with MMAmania.com, and I'm joined by Tiffany Van Soest, and she's making her debut with Glory Kickboxing this Friday, May 13th. How you feeling?
I feel great.
Yeah, ready to go?
Ready to go.
Awesome. So let's get to know you a little bit better for people that maybe haven't been following the sport as avidly. What got you started on this whole fight path journey?
I started karate when I was 8 years old because I was a fan of the Ninja Turtles. I wanted to do karate, and once I started, my goal was to be a black belt. And once I got my black belt, my goal was to be a second-degree black belt and to win tournaments. I competed in tournaments a lot. I competed at the state level, national level, world level. Did really well, and then after that I decided I wanted to try my hand at something more full contact. So I tried Muay Thai and one amateur fight just to see the difference, just to see if I could. Turned into 2, 3, 4, and then a professional career.
Wow, so you kind of got the itch for it and then you couldn't let it go.
No, and I grew up playing soccer my entire life as well, and I even played 2 years in university. And I stopped playing soccer to fully pursue fighting because it just captured my heart.
Wow, very cool. Yeah. How has that transition gone from soccer to fighting? What's the difference in training?
Obviously, like, the team aspect is really different, soccer being more of a team sport. I mean, there's the team behind fighting, but all the pressure's on me. It's all on me. For only 2 weeks out of the year for soccer, we have 2-a-days. When I'm in training camp, it's like 6 to 8 weeks of 2-a-days, sometimes 3-a-days. I know a lot more about recovery and stretching and mobility as well. So it was more like a part-time job in college. I mean, obviously going to class was the other part of that, but fighting, it really is a full-time job.
Absolutely. It takes over your whole life.
Yeah.
How about your family? When you made the transition into the more combative style of fighting, Muay Thai, were they all set for you to do that? Did they support that, or was it still kind of difficult for them?
It was difficult for them. I mean, because nobody wants to see their daughter or their niece or their granddaughter like get punched and kicked. You know, even when I watch my friends fight, who are fighters, I still it's kind of hard for me to watch, which is understandable. But they've always supported me. You know, they didn't like it at first. They thought it was like a phase that maybe I was just going through or I would get over it. But as it developed into a career and they saw that it's something that, you know, I can do as my career, that they fully jumped on board, and they've always been supportive, but now they're all about it.
That's great. They saw your heart, so that's really what matters.
Yeah.
Very cool. You are the first female fighter to sign with Glory Kickboxing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you feel any added pressure being the first female fighter?
No, I feel like I belong here. I feel like this is a great opportunity, and to represent women in general. With fighting in the past maybe even 5 years, women have come so far and the game has elevated so much, and I feel like now with being able to be on this stage, the biggest stage in the world for kickboxing, I'm really able to showcase our skills and represent women. And so to be the first it's an honor, and it's a dream come true.
That's great. That's really great. How about on Friday night, what can people expect to see from you? What's kind of your fighting style?
Very dynamic, somewhat unorthodox, very fluid. I guess I'm pretty well known for my footwork, but also being explosive.
And you're also a dual sport competitor. You signed with Invicta FC recently.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about going into MMA, whereas, you know, kickboxing and Muay Thai is not so much grappling and wrestling? How are you going to balance the two training schedules?
I just have to, or what I've been doing, you know, is implementing a lot more jiu-jitsu and wrestling into my training. So taking out a few bag workouts here and there and adding in extra jiu-jitsu and wrestling classes and private lessons also. So just really, really focusing on, you know, where I'm a little more inexperienced and supplementing it with where I am very comfortable and experienced, which is on my feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you noticed a different kind of gas tank that's needed when it comes to grappling and MMA as opposed to striking?
Definitely, yeah. Well, striking's so second nature to me now. I could like have a conversation while I'm sparring. But with grappling and wrestling, I tend to hold my breath because I'm thinking so much. And so I just have to learn to breathe a little bit more, but it's definitely more full body tiring in a different way. I mean, kickboxing is full body and it's tiring, but when someone is laying on top of you and it's like all of their body weight, it's just a different kind of tired.
And it's so uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable.
I train jiu-jitsu myself, so I know exactly what you mean. It's hardcore.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely embracing the challenge though, and I'm learning to love it.
So one of your goals is to eventually fight for the UFC. Now, does that mean that you will leave kickboxing behind to fully become a UFC fighter?
I hope not, but I know what comes with the UFC. Like when you sign with the UFC, they own you. You are the UFC's, so sacrifices must be made. And if I feel like what I've done for Muay Thai, I can do with kickboxing, win a title or 2 or 3, and be proud of the work that I've done, and then I can move on. Then I have no problem with it because I'm about progressing. I never want to stay stagnant. And the next progression would be, obviously after Invicta, would be to go to the UFC and not just get to the UFC, but be the champion of the UFC. So yeah, I mean, I love kickboxing and striking. It's my passion, but I just have to keep progressing.
This Friday night, you are facing Esma Hasshass for glory. How do you see that fight going for you?
I definitely see my hand getting raised at the end. She's tough. The Dutch fighters, they come in very experienced, very tough. But I feel like I'm more experienced. I train harder. I'm faster. I'm stronger. Tactfully, I'm smarter. And I know she's going to be very durable, but I just don't see her winning this fight.
Nice. Do you see any holes in her game that you feel like you may exploit on Friday?
Yeah, definitely. She's very aggressive, very reckless and wild, and she seems to leave herself open, doesn't really protect herself too well, so I'm looking to capitalize on that.
Well, it should be an exciting fight.
Definitely.
This Friday, May 13th, check her out. She's fighting Esma Hasshass. It's going to be an exciting one, so don't miss it.